Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of SevTech Ages. Today, we're going to take a trip over to the Twilight Forest, but before we do that, we do need to mess around with our astral sorcery stuff. But I've also finished off all of our stuff here for our smeltery, so now it's up and running. The entire back wall is done as well. And one of the cool things that I found out in between episodes here, because I wanted to try and automate this thing, because I know in other mods you're able to automate this thing with a redstone signal. So what I would usually do is plop a redstone clock right next to it. It would send a pulse to the faucet and it would continue pouring out over and over again. But I stumbled across a video from another user here on YouTube, and I'll link his channel down below, and he showed us how to automate this thing in SevTech Ages. Now, I don't know if this is just like common knowledge or if I'm just really dumb. I've played a lot with Tinker's Construct and I didn't know this was a thing. So it's basically just two drains. One of them has a faucet, the other one has a channel, and you give the channel a redstone signal that points it downward, and then we can take a cast, or we could take the blocks if we want to do that as well. But all we got to do is plop that in there and then trigger the faucet, and it's just going to continually pour out over and over again. And the nice thing about this is once it's done with all of the bronze, it will not pour out the iron or the gold. It'll finish off that single liquid and then stop itself, which is really, really nice. It helped me make all of our bricks a lot quicker. I didn't have to stand here and click the button over and over again. I set this thing up and just triggered it, and then I went around and just did whatever I wanted to do for a little bit. So it was really, really nice. But yeah, that is a very nice little automated system here. I didn't realize you could do that, so that is incredibly easy to do. Anyways, though, there are a couple things we need to craft for astral sorcery here. So we need a constellation paper, a light well, as well as the upgraded table. So we're going to get those things put together here in a second. For the paper, we're going to need to craft it in our Necronomicon little ritual thingy, which we have everything for that except the rock crystals. We have a deposit very close to us. I'm going to go grab some of those here in a second, as well as the parchment paper. So I do need to get one of these put back together, and we have the paper, we have that. I also went back into the beneath and gathered up a bit more of these guys because we only had 4 of them, and for these 3 items we needed at least 7, or I guess 8 now because I didn't have the parchment paper. So we should have just enough of the aquamarines to get everything going. We have 20 of them left over after this, so I'm not really worried about that. Oh, you know what? I completely didn't realize that was gold. I thought that was bronze for some reason. My brain was just not paying attention to that. So I actually need to go mine some gold, which I have deposits for that marked as well. So let's just plop those guys in here, and let's go grab some of the rock crystals first, and then I didn't want to jump in the water. Oh, dang it. And then I'll go get some gold, because I don't think I have one of those very close to us. I think it's that away a little bit is our first closest gold deposit. Well, I found the deposit, but I'm going to have to come back and grab more if I need them, because these things do not stack. So right now we have 9 of them. That's more than enough for what we need today. I'm also going to very quickly go grab some gold as well, and then we can hopefully craft up the paper that we need. Guys, I promise it's not that early in the morning. I just completely forgot that I had gold in our smeltery. I literally just looked at it a minute ago when we were messing with this thing, and yeah, we have 6 blocks and 6 ingots in there, so we don't need to go get gold. I completely forgot I already have a deposit right over there that I've been mining, so my bad. But yeah, we're going to swap this over to gold, let that ingot finish. Let's trigger this stuff. And, oh, actually, hold on. Did I just, yeah, there we go. So let's trigger that. We need at least 2 ingots out of this thing, and then we can let the bronze continue on here. So let's turn that back off. We can swap it back over to that and let this finish draining out here. So that's nice. Let's go throw the constellation paper together here. All right, well, let's get that going. I've also charged up our book all the way to 5,000. I put our little pedestal thing down over there and let it just run. We have some of the corrupted stuff hanging out in that area now, but it didn't really seem to do anything. We had monsters and stuff spawning, but since I didn't stay over there, we didn't really have to deal with them. But there we go. Nonetheless, we got 2 of our advancements done. We got the Enderman thing done too. Cool. So we want to make this thing next. This is going to allow us to find the starlight that we're going to be needing, which is going to be pretty important, but we want to craft up our light well first here. So let's take all of these guys, and what else do we need? We need some chiseled stuff and some rune stuff. Okay, so let's see if we can do it with this stuff first, because that will save us some time here. Let me see. We can either craft it normally through a workbench, or we can indeed chisel it. So that'll be a lot better for us. We need 3 of these guys as the rune, and then we needed 2 of them as the... Oh, was it this thing? No, it was chiseled something or other. This stuff right there. Okay, cool. So those are the 2 blocks that we need, and then we need to plop this thing down. But I hope it doesn't need to be crafted at nighttime, because we don't currently have nighttime right now, so I don't have my rock crystal. Or it's actually about to be nighttime. So we could just wait a second, I guess, if we can't craft it right now. And we did indeed have to wait until nighttime. So I don't know if I've shown you guys my owls that I brought over to the base here, but they're basically my alarm clocks. So whenever it is nighttime, I know to just click on a bed because they're very loud. So I am going to patiently wait until this bar is full, and then I can take this thing out, but I don't know if that's like at midnight, I guess, because it's going up as it gets darker and darker. So give me a few minutes here. I don't want to annoy you guys with those owls because I don't like them either, but it's a nice little alarm clock to make sure that I don't have mobs and stuff spawning around our base. I went ahead and moved the table to the top of the mountain here because down where we were, it wasn't actually collecting enough of the starlight to make this thing, and it doesn't do that. Does it just pop out eventually here? It's not letting me take it out of there. Oh, it's not letting us take it out of there because we need a resonating wand. So to get that going, we need an ender pearl, which we don't currently have, but we get 250 from one dust, and we only need 250. Okay. So, yeah, never mind. We do have an ender pearl. We have 2 of those things in our chest. So let me go grab one and smelt it into a pearl. And there is our wand. And I think, if I remember correctly, there's actually a ritual I'm able to do with this thing over here to skip the day. Let me very quickly double check on that because I don't really want to sit here doing nothing for the next 5-10 minutes until nighttime rolls around. Well, there's actually not one to make it nighttime, so that was my bad there, but I'm just going to go back over to the top of the mountain and just wait until nighttime, so it shouldn't be that long. Actually, I'm not sure if I do need a full bar for this thing to craft. We do have a little bit of starlight in there right now, so can I click on it? It's letting me do that. And it's doing a thing, so let's see if it actually spits it out, and it did indeed. Okay. So I guess just for like more complicated crafting recipes, we might need a full bar of the magic there. So we could have crafted it down there. I didn't have to move it over here, but it is what it is. Anyways, though, the next thing that we're going to need is liquid starlight. So either we leave this thing up here and it fills up with starlight, or we need to drop rock crystals in there. I don't really remember. I'm pretty sure it probably tells us in this thing here. But let me just go grab one of our rock crystals and see if I can just dump it in there, and maybe it melts down into the liquid stuff that we need. And let's just chuck this in there, and it does indeed start melting down. That is awesome. We have all of them with us, so if this doesn't produce the full bucket, we can just dump more of them in there. But I want to very quickly break that guy out and dump that there. Now that we have a bucket, I didn't want to have to craft another one. And does this tell me how much is actually in there? It doesn't on the thing on the right there. So yeah, I'm going to wait. We also have nighttime rolling around, so maybe that adds a little bit more to this. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think that really does, but this is melting down nonetheless, so we should have a bucket here shortly. That one crystal gave us, it looks like 2 buckets worth of starlight. That's really good. Okay, so let's get this thing put together. We need marble, which I have marble. I don't know what's saying I don't have marble. Let's plop that there. We got one of these things in the middle, one of those, and the gold there. And that's actually not the correct marble. Okay, that's why the game was telling me that. So let's get 2 of those marbles. There we go. And then we plop those guys back in there. And there is our little resonator thing that we need. So let's get that crafted. I don't know what to do with these starlight right now, because I don't think we need to use any more buckets of that stuff for the time being, but we'll just leave it there. It looks like it's just going to sit there and idle, I guess. That's fine. Alrighty, well, now that we have this thing crafted, it's going to help us find a better location for our astral sorcery stuff. So I'm going to start running around looking for that, because the next stage is like a whole-on little altar thing for this thing. So I want to try and find one of those places to have as much starlight being generated as we can, to make crafting all this stuff a little bit more simpler for us. Alrighty, well, I found several of these starlight locations. I don't know how well this is coming across, but we do have one right here in spawn. You can kind of see like a blue fog happening on the ground. That is to indicate that there is starlight here. So right now what we're going to do is actually plop this thing down for 2 seconds, because I want to craft the new altar here. So let's get that going. Is this one that we want to use? 263, and yeah, that is fine. So let's set that in motion. Hopefully there's enough starlight here to get that thing actually crafted. But what we're going to do is actually set up our altar in a different location. So over in that direction, we have another one of these clouds, and it has sparkles going through it. And apparently that is a better location to set up, because it's going to have more starlight available, or produce more starlight than this little area is going to be doing. We're also not going to set up a full-on build with it today, because what I want to do, since the higher up we go, the more starlight is available, I want to actually build a tower for that thing. So right now we're just going to go plop the thing on the ground, but I'll have to harvest up a whole bunch of resources to actually build the tower that I want to build. And the thing is at max. I don't know why it's not spitting out the table. Oh, there we go. It turned that table into this upgraded one. I thought it was going to spit something out. I didn't realize that was what was happening there. My bad. All right, so now that we have that, I'm going to jump on over there and set up the rest of this thing. We don't need it to be nighttime. I know where the location is, so I'm just going to go over there. We can dig out the area a little bit and set this thing up. So this is the structure that we're going to put together. I'm also not going to sink this into the ground. We're just going to leave it on top because I am going to move it up into the sky once we get the resources to do so. So at the moment, this should be fine. We don't really need it to be looking too fancy. We just need to craft one thing with it, and then we can worry about the rest of the looks of this thing later on. So let's get rid of that guy and plop that stuff there. And then everything else is pretty much just the marble here. So let me fill in all the stuff here. We have all the resources on us at the moment. All right, and there we go. That is our first little structure for astral sorcery done. And right now during the day, it has a decent amount of star power. It's not a whole lot, but there is still some in there. And the reason why we're going to end up building a tower, I don't know if I should do that right now, because the further that we go into astral sorcery, there is another one of these structures that we need to build that we unlocked already, and that thing is a lot bigger than the one that we just built. So nope, that's not the thing. We want to go to this guy, and then the thing for that is a 19 by 19. So we might be able to have everything in one location. Like this table might upgrade to this table and so on and so forth, because it looks like there's 4 or 5 tables. So we could get away with building a massive tower and then eventually building into it by the looks of it, or we might just want to hold off with the tower. I'm not too sure. But anyways, now that we have this thing, we need to build the ingot so that we can go into the Twilight Forest. So for that, we have that in this section now, which is star metal. So I was looking through the booklet to see how exactly we get star metal, because on this, it doesn't show us a recipe, and it just tells us to shine starlight on an iron ore. So I backtracked a little bit. This thing tells us the same exact thing, but it tells us to use this guy right here. So in order to craft that, we need to get some glass lenses, which is these guys over here, which hopefully we can still craft those with this upgraded table. We don't have to backtrack because I don't have that table anymore. But we're going to need a couple of those guys, and we're going to need some engraved infused wood, which I guess we just plop wood into this thing and it cycles it into infused stuff. So I hope that's the case. We have the marble. We have everything else except for these 2 items here. So this guy and the glass. We need to go back to base as well because I don't have that stuff on me. So yeah, we should have that stuff crafted in just a minute, and hopefully we can get our hands on... What was that? Did you guys see that? There was like a streak of light that just went by. That is probably iron ore. Or actually... Yeah, we got iron ore right here. Okay, well, I'm going to go back to base. I also got to get some iron ore, I guess, to be able to even do this, because we need to shine it onto it to begin with. So I'll go grab some from our mine that we've already been going through, and hopefully in just a second we can jump on into the Twilight Forest. We also have another deposit of the good stuff right there. That's pretty good. So if we need to separate the builds, I guess we can also build a tower on this deposit as well. That's cool. So it looks like I made a slight mistake here, because we're not actually able to craft the star metal ore because we need vanilla iron ore, which we don't have access to. So what we have to do instead is this recipe right here, which currently I have everything ready for that in my inventory except for the stardust, which the only way to get that stuff is by breaking these guys down here. So I misunderstood the advancement for this stuff as well, because I thought it was to break the actual ore down there, but instead it wants us to break this stuff. So we got one from that, and there's another one over there. If we can get a second one from this, that would be great. If not, oh, there we go. Nice. Okay, so that saves me having to go find another cluster, actually, because this is the only one I have marked. I have a lot of things marked, but apparently this is the only rock cluster that I found. Anyways, though, we should have everything ready to go now. I'm going to jump back over to our astral sorcery thing, and we're going to get that star metal put together and jump on into the Twilight Forest. Well, we actually had to make a slight detour here because we didn't have any of the lapis. So let me grab some of that. That is the only thing that we are missing. So let's get some of that rolling in. We're not going to get a whole lot. We don't need a whole lot for this recipe. I think we only needed like 2 or 3, so we got 18 from that. Okay, that's way more than enough. Alrighty, well, our star metal ingot is ready to go here, so there's our advancement, and now we need to go plop this down. Let's see, we're probably just going to leave it up here, probably, or over here with our other portals, I guess. That would probably be a good idea. Actually, we're just going to plop it over here by the ritual thing, because if I do want to move this later on, we are going to have to craft another one of these ingots, and at the moment, I don't want to have to do that again, so for the time being, we can plop it out here. It's not going to be really in the way of anything. Well, let's go ahead and activate this thing, so all we got to do is chuck it in there, and it immediately lit up. Look at that. Okay, cool. Oh, it broke my my flowers. No. Okay, well, I have to put another one back, but that's fine. That is going to take us into the Twilight Forest. Alrighty, well, now that we're in here, we do want to keep an eye out for some of the items that we need for the apple that we want to craft to get journey maps. So a couple of them are like maze map focuses and a maze map something else. And this looks like a maze. I'm not quite sure if this is the correct maze. We have a spawner right there I want to try and not have to deal with. I'm just going to try and cheese this as much as I can right now since we have our jumpy boots. We can very quickly just jump around and get stuff. That's not what we want. That's also not what we want. And we got a couple more chests in here. Okay, I'm going to very quickly check all these and see if maybe we get... Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me actually grab the melon seeds so we don't have to buy them. I guess that's fine. Well, we didn't get what we needed from this little hedge maze. I was kind of thinking we would get the maze map focus, but I guess that might come from the one with the minotaurs in it instead. So this one could just be a waste of time clearing, but since we have the little jumpy boots, it's really not that much of an issue. We're also spawned right next to a snowy biome. So one of the other items that we need is a Yeti fur. So that looks promising. I don't know if we have the damage output right now to actually fight a Yeti. We could potentially just instant die, but I'm going to scan the area and see if maybe we can find a Yeti hiding in the ice here somewhere. I don't want to go to that, though. That is like a little boss tower thing that I don't feel confident in clearing. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, there's a Yeti right there. Hey, buddy. Hold on. I want to get away from these wolves, please. 1 second. Mr. Scary Wolves that I've never seen in the Twilight Forest before. How you doing? Let me just snipe this guy for 2 seconds. We actually need an Alpha Yeti, which that is not the guy. What are you? You're a winter wolf. Why are you so big? Oh, look at the little bunnies. It's a dwarf rabbit. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, yeah, get out of here. Oh, look at that. Oh, I missed. Hold on, wait, come back. Thank you. You drop stuff? You drop little tiny leather. Oh, we also got a little goblin guy that came out of nowhere. Okay. Well, okay. I don't know where you came from, but I'll gladly kill you. I'm trying to snipe all these wolves so I don't have to deal with them, but they're actually not that horrible. They just kind of, I guess, slow you down with the frost stuff. Right now, I'm trying to remember how exactly the Twilight Forest works because we currently have a frosted debuff going that makes us move a little bit slower. It's not doing any damage to us, but if I remember correctly, the way that the Twilight Forest works is that you clear a boss and then it unlocks the next area. So like a specific biome is locked, and I think this is what the biome is locking us to. And if I'm able to clear that jump, it should maybe make our screen dark. And it didn't do anything? Okay. Well, I'm honestly not sure then. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we have this debuff. If maybe we have to come with a specific armor set, I guess. That could also be a thing. This thing looks really cool, but I don't want to go to that boss right now. We do have a Yeti cave right there that I'm kind of hoping that the boss guy is in, that we need the Alpha Yeti, so that we can at least get that done right now. I think I'm just going to come back to this because right now they have some sort of a force field thing going on where I can't actually shoot them until they come out of the cave, and they're all just normal Yetis. So I'll come back to this in a minute or later on when we don't have the debuff going, potentially. Well, that's kind of nice. I don't know why my portal decided to spawn me in the middle of the ocean here. Since our portal was working, I mean, we walked into it fine, so that's a bit odd. But hopefully our other one's still there and it didn't just break it, I guess. I really don't know why it did that, but I needed to come back out and grab some more arrows so that I can explore a little bit more because I kind of blew through all the ones that I had trying to shoot all those Yetis. Well, I'm not quite sure if I just got lucky with these spawning inside of here, but we do have our first boss location very close to our portal, so this is also our first advancement going down the tree here. I also just realized that a couple of these items that we need are actually craftable, so we can make that one, we can make the map as well, and then the Charm of Keeping is also something we can make, so that is going to be something that we start chipping away at probably next episode. I don't think I'm going to bother with the map stuff today, but we're going to kill this guy, and then we're hopefully going to find a Lich Tower, Or, yeah, a lich tower, and then that should unlock the next thing, because eventually here, we need to find a gas tower. So that is a pretty big tower that we should hopefully not miss, but I think we need to go through the bosses, like I said a minute ago, in order to be able to actually go into those areas without taking damage or being slowed down, obviously, over there with the ice. But with this guy, I want to see if we're able to cheese this a little bit by getting on top of these things and then just shooting him over and over again with our arrows. It's looking like this guy's actually invulnerable to arrows for some reason, so they're just bouncing off his head. So it looks like we have to fight this guy with our swords, so hopefully we're able to do a decent amount of damage here. I don't really have that much confidence in our armor. We're getting destroyed by stuff just normally here, so this is a boss guy that I imagine is going to do a lot of damage, and we can also just hurt him to his body. Okay, I misremembered that because I thought we can only hit him in the head, so that's great. This dude was way easier than I remember that being. That was completely one-sided. Okay, so we got a couple things here. We got some of the scales, which we can use to make armor, and it looks like we can only do a chest piece or a pair of pants. So I'm going to throw the pants together because those have protection 3 on them. And then if we stumble across another one of these guys while we're here, I'll go ahead and kill that one as well, because, again, this was just completely easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought this guy was going to be offensive and hurt us, but he just kind of wiggled around and ignored us the whole time. So we're just going to kill another one if we do see it, and then get the chest piece as well, because that's going to be better than the stuff that we have on currently. So I need to, well, actually, I guess just get a tree from here, no? Or is this not a thing that I can get? That is, and then we can't get normal planks. Okay, I'm going to jump out, go get some planks, and throw these things together then. Maybe bring a crafting bench back with us so that I don't have to leave the twilight again. And there is our chest piece. There we go. Nice. I kind of wish I can make a helmet, honestly. This stuff seems pretty good. But now that we have our armor, we can go ahead and head on into the secondary location, which is going to be hopefully where we find a lich tower. Oh, look at that. I did remember something about the Twilight Forest. I'm currently in a location where I'm not supposed to be, so we can't really see anything. So if we go that way, we should get our vision back. And there we go. Cool. So we were just in a covered forest or something like that. So I got to look for the tower. It should be very obvious whenever I do stumble across it. Although, was that a raven? Did I just hear a raven? That's a raven right there. That's also a raven. Hello, I need your feathers. Sorry. One more. Thank you. You didn't drop one. You did drop one. Haha. Okay, I need 2 feathers at most here. And there it is off in the distance. That's exactly what we're looking for. If we're able to try and cheese this by just jumping up to the top floor to fight the boss, that would be great. Well, if we can make it to that little section of the building, or maybe even that roof, we might be able to skip to the top here. I just don't want to have to fight all the monsters that are in the building here. So I'm going to give this a go. We missed both of those. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Let me land, and then we can try that. There we go. And we can, let's see. We're going to have to go sideways with this, like so. And we got the twitch, or the lich thing here. Good. We got to go through the roof, though, unless this is a doorway right here. No, it's not a doorway. Dang it. I'm trying to see if there's a way in so I don't have to actually mine anything, but it looks like these are all just walls. I didn't want to fall down. That's fine. Is there a door here? Nope, still no door. Okay. Let's go back up. And then I'm just going to mine through the wall here because the dude is very close, apparently, since he's showing up on our screen. We do one of these. And we can indeed. Look at that. Hello, Mr. Silverfish. Go away, please. Thank you. Now, with this dude, if I remember correctly, we want to hit the ender pearls back at him. That's the only way to do damage to him. Although, did I hit that one back or did we? Oh, there we go. That didn't do any damage, though. Huh. Okay. Let me break a wall out so I can actually go in here. And he's no longer in the building. That's not a good sign. I also, yeah, look at that. I don't want to go down there. There's so many spawners and stuff and mobs I don't really want to deal with. I wonder if I might have to do this with an empty hand because I'm hitting them back with our sword and it's not doing anything to the guy. So those ones explode. Then the ender pearl he's going to chuck next. And it doesn't do anything. Is this not the guy we need to fight? Are we ahead of schedule right now? Because we can see what we're doing. It's not like we're in a bad area. Or does the game just know that we cheesed this and cheated our way to the top of the tower and it's not letting us do anything to the guy? I'm not quite sure. I'm going to try and right-click on it and see if maybe that's what we do instead. Nope, can't touch that. Okay. Let me see if I can right-click this one. Nope, can't do that either. Okay, I'm going to jump out for 2 seconds. I need to figure out why I can't do anything to this guy, and then maybe we come back and fight him in 2 seconds. All right, well, I think I finally figured it out. So this is actually not the guy we're looking for. This is one of his minions. So the guy we're looking for actually has some gold shields circling around him, and I don't know where that guy is because he should be on the top floor. He's not supposed to leave that room. I had to do a quick little Google as to why this was happening. So he's either somewhere in the tower because his health bar is there, so he's here somewhere. Or, it's just bugged in general here. I'm not seeing it down there. It should be very obvious. He's got literal shields circling him. So, I don't know where this guy could be. We might have to just go to a different tower. But I'm going to try and just jump around and see if maybe I can find him inside of this one. Alright, well, I couldn't find the guy in the other tower, so I went to a different one, and luckily enough, he spawned right in. So this is great. We just got to shoot these things back at him and break his shield. Our health is not looking too hot right now, though. I don't really like how much damage we just took that quickly. And his one of his shields is broke, I think. Hopefully we can get this done, though. Okay, there we go. We finally broke his shield. Now we should be able to do damage with our sword, although we just fell in a hole. That's not good. We're also running really low on health or food. So we want to make sure that we're able to do this without taking too much damage, because we only got 2 more things of food left, and then that's it. We can't regen anymore, so that's not going to be ideal. Oh, there we go. I thought it was going to be 3 stages. It was only 1. We broke his shields, and then that was pretty much it. I thought there was more to that, but I guess not. And it looks like we collected all of the loot here. So let me just do this and make sure. Yeah, it looks like we did. Okay. I am actually going to leave this area for 2 seconds because I got to go get food, or we're going to be in trouble when we come across the next area here. But yeah, that was pretty cool. We got the second boss done with. So before we actually jump back in, I just realized that we have dark utilities in this pack. So I'm going to craft together one of the gluttony charms because that's going to allow us to just instantly eat instead of having to sit here and chew on our food. So that's going to be really nice, especially during a boss fight. So instead of having to try and get some distance to eat, we can just instantly munch stuff down. That's going to be great. Anyways, though, I want to try and finish off the age today. So to do that, we need to get our hands on a piston. We can either craft one, or we can go to one of the gas towers and find them inside of there, which I haven't seen one of these towers yet, so I don't know how rare those things are going to be. And then after that, we need to craft a coal engine. So with the pistons, they're not vanilla piston recipes. They are slightly different. So right now, if we wanted to make one, we need iron as well as an octane ingot. So at the moment, we do have 1 octane ingot left over because we had 4 of the ores when we came back from the Between Lands. So we could make 1, but then for the engine, we need, I think, 4 of them. So we can't quite make the engine in one go here. And we're also going to need some fiery gears, which, honestly, I don't know what that is. Oh, you know what? We do need to find one of those towers, I believe, because that's how we get these tiers. So we need those to make the fiery ingots, so it's not even really worth wasting our octane on crafting that piston then. So yeah, I'm going to jump back into the Twilight and continue searching for that thing, and hopefully I can stumble across one sooner or later here. Alright, well that's the tower that we're looking for here, so I think I might have to actually clear this thing from the ground up, because I don't think I can make that jump to get that high up there to actually cheese the tower here. So that's what we're going to try and do. Hopefully we can break through. Why do I have night vision again? Or the issue with the night again? This is not an area that I can go to just yet? I thought we opened up the whole area by killing the Lich. I think there is one more boss we gotta kill before we can go into this area, because this thing right here says that if we kill the Knight, we gain access to the Carnite Tower's devices. So I think this is a Carnite area, although it's still saying Darkwood Leaves on the right there, so I'm not too sure. I want to see real quick if we walk up to this tower, does it tell me what it is? It's a tower wood. Okay. Maybe there's like a thing on the door. I can barely see anything. You guys probably can't see anything. Yeah, we definitely can't be here yet. Okay. I have to... Oh, no. No. I can barely see. I don't want to go into the ground now. Okay. All right, this is bad. I'm going to get out of here. This little guy needs to get out of here. And then hopefully I can find my way back out, and I gotta go find whatever it is to summon that next boss in the Dark forest area. All right, well, I think this is the structure that we're looking for. I'm not exactly sure, but it's in this biome, and it's the only structure that I've seen, so we can break our way into it. I circled the whole thing here, and there's no way in other than breaking our way in here. So hopefully this is what we're looking for, although this is something that I've seen in the overworld, I believe. It's just one of these like little mini like dungeony area things. So I kind of don't think this is the right... Yeah, this is definitely not the right place, because there's supposed to be like knights and stuff in here that are new mobs from the Twilight Forest. So I'm going to mark this, and then I'll come back to it. But I don't think this is the right place. Here we go. This looks promising. Okay, so we are looking for something that we can drop our trophy into, which is right there. Look at that. Okay, so let's do the Naga trophy because we have 2 of those. And now that is open and we can head on in. And we got a slime bug that is shooting stuff at us. Okay. A little creeper that's ignoring us. I'll gladly take that. Okay, I don't know why the creeper is just ignoring us, but whatever. Let's get rid of these guys. I don't know if it's worth maybe fighting everything in here or just running through and trying to find... Oh, don't blow up, please. The boss room. That might be more worth our time. Is that a chest? Don't blow up. Oh, no. Nope, thank you. That is not a chest. That is a fence post. Okay, let's see... all right, this is going to be annoying, isn't it? Because I don't really know where we should be going. There's no chest in here. I feel like there might be chests, right? I feel like I've done this before. There we go. Yeah, okay. So we've got wool. We've got more coal. I'm going to take these berries, take that and that. Is that going to be better than our sword? 7 and 1, 6. It is indeed, just slightly. Well, with my impeccable timing here, we are out of torches again. So I actually have to leave once again to go get more because we can't craft torches. Or actually, hold on. Because there is grass all around us. We might be able to make some torches real quick without having to leave here. So let me just see. We're getting fiber from this, right? We're not getting fiber from the grass. Okay. We do have to leave the Twilight then because we need torches. We need fiber to make torches. Oh, man, this sucks. All right, well, let's get back to looting this tower. We got 2 stacks of torches. Hopefully that's going to be enough to get this thing done and dusted. But I guess we'll see here in a second whether or not we can actually get to the boss or not. Oh, I just found one of the tier 1 charms of keeping in this area, so that's good. We need 4 of the tier 1s to make 1 of the tier 2s, and then 4 of the tier 2s to make 1 of the tier 3s. And we need 2 tier 3s for the apple. So we're going to need a lot of those things if we're only going to be finding the tier 1. What is this guy's head so small? That's weird. Okay, anyways, yeah, we're going to need a lot of those if those are the only ones we're going to be finding in here. So we definitely want to be hitting the chest as much as we can. All right, well, I think that might be the boss location. Maybe, because that's the first spawner that I've seen. These guys drop little armor shards that we can use to make night ingots. That's cool. Or is this just... It's just one of those spawners. Never mind. That's dealt with. Let's see. There's something else back there. Is that another one of these spawners? It looks like it. It sure is. Alrighty. Well, there's still a lot of this place left to explore. I still haven't found the boss location inside of here, so I don't know how much longer that's going to take, but unfortunately, I'm out of torches and recording time, so that's where we have to wrap up today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.